Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Oh my gosh, does that ever taste absolutely delicious? Wow. Sometimes, you wake up and I don't know, your taste buds just come alive, where in a way that they didn't the day before or something. But boy, oh boy, is that ever delicious. What an absolutely gorgeous day. By the way, just take a look at how beautiful it is out here. Just absolutely gorgeous. I'll tell you what. Guys, you got to get out there and you got to exhale. You just do, because this space, this digital asset space, will literally test you and drive you and drain you of every nerve if you let it. So you just got to make sure you're getting out there and taking time to really just exhale. That is for sure. I'd say that. Now, something I was reading today that I think you're going to find is totally mind-bending in a way of how it could impact so many people right across the wide world. So 23andMe, this is a DNA, collection service. People will go in and, they want to find out, hey, where do I come from? All that kind of stuff. And it helps people connect with family and all that. And even law enforcement has used it to kind of solve some crimes and things like that. These guys have gone bankrupt. When I think about that, it's actually a scary thought, because in a bankruptcy, who is going to take jurisdiction over all this DNA data? And by the way, if it is up for sale and somebody else comes in and buys it, and we're talking a treasure trove of information and DNA data and stuff like that, what could they possibly end up using it for, or doing it, or try to monetize that? Have you ever thought of it? Wow. The thing is, the reason why this tweaked my interest, because I found it there on Zero Hedge, is, I look at economic stuff and things that are affecting the economy, or things that are showing the symptoms of where the economy is at, and of course correlating that with our digital asset space and on and on. And I caught this article about 23andMe going bankrupt, and I thought, holy mackerel, this 23andMe has been around for a good while. And the thing is, reading the article, it's like it's never made a profit, I guess. Kind of like that whole Amazon deal. And I suspect they suppose that it would make a profit at some point, because Amazon for a long, long time made zero profit. Nothing. But the concept of it was really great. And I thought, this is probably where this is at. But obviously, people are not out there with their disposable income buying their DNA kits and all the stuff like that. And, as a hobby, when people do hobbies for their genealogies and stuff like that, obviously it's showing that, hey, people aren't pursuing that, and they're backing away from all that. And that tells you that, hey, people do hobbies with disposable income. Well, there's not so many people out there with disposable income. Of course, the hobby area, that kind of industry is, coming back. And it doesn't matter what the hobby is, but needless to say, when you're thinking about this company and it's going bankrupt, obviously it's showing the signs, but the implications of the data that's there. And here I am thinking, wow, how secure is that information going to be, and how that could impact so many tens of thousands of people? Because what they do is, it's not just the people that submit it, the whole 23andMe, it's the whole DNA database that they got going on there. And I'm thinking, my gosh, do they ever need blockchain in there to secure it? Because I'll tell you, that kind of information in the wrong hands, or in a hand of, maybe some unscrupulous people, could really wreck just so many, folks around the country. I thought this was truly wild. And on top of that, and you're reading the article, and they're putting out there that, oh, well, we got to make sure that, no, big time corporations from China can get a hold of the info, and on and on and on. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Drop it in the comments there, whether or not that would really cause your, bead of sweat to drop down your brow if you were one of the ones on inside that database of all that information. Now you got the company bankrupt, and anybody could come along and buy it. Wow. You just can't make this stuff up. It is truly crazy when you think about that, because a lot of times right now, what is the big deal when it comes to this whole digital asset space, and of course the movement forward of CBDCs around the wide world? Well, it's privacy, it's our autonomy, it's our information, and all that kind of stuff. Now, how much more information could you possibly, as in terms of how vital it is, than your DNA information? I don't think there's too much that, because we've seen hacks where people have got people's addresses, their names, and that, even so much as their social security numbers and all that. But your DNA, wow, I'm telling you, that really, I thought that was something else and totally floored me. And so I thought, there's a little bit of tidbit of information now. In this digital asset space, XRP this morning, 245, 246, not too bad. We're in that range, guys. We are just consolidating in the range, between 220 and 250, somewhere in there. Reading other articles and how some folks are calling for a massive break, I mean big, and that this thing could take off and practically at any time. Well, I guess we're all just holding our breath waiting for it, but if it does happen like they think it's going to happen, it's going to really shock a lot of folks. And there were some big time, people out there, and they were talking about how we could see a massive supply shock in this whole digital asset space and for XRP in a big way because of all the demand that could be brought upon it, from ETFs and all this other stuff like that. And I think it was David Schwartz was going out there and comparing XRP to gold in terms of a means of consideration and how that could be, he was using an analogy, and of course people jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, David Schwartz said XRP is digital gold. He did not say that. What he said was it could be compared to gold as a medium of exchange and how that as a monetary instrument. Now, a lot of monetary instruments are not necessarily, legal tender, right? I mean, gold is not legal tender, but it's absolutely a monetary instrument, medium of exchange, store of value, unit of account, measured in weight. Well, XRP fits that bill just as well. It's, a store of value, it's a medium of exchange. Hey, there's how many? I think 1 million drops in an XRP, so obviously it's a unit of account and all that kind of stuff. And you're getting all this information. And guys, I think that what we could see, if we do see a supply shock like what they're saying, XRP could be in the double digits for sure. I mean, how many of us genuinely do believe that? I mean, I certainly do. I don't think that we're always going to see, a single digit XRP, just like I didn't believe when XRP was 20, 30 cents that it was never going to go over $1, $2, $3, $5, that kind of stuff. And so I just think it's a matter of when, not if. And I don't have a problem with it. I mean, we worked, 25 years to get a pension from our employer and stuff like that. I think I can hold on for, a few years to see things really pump. Now, I don't think we're going to have to wait that much longer because I do believe we are in a bull cycle and we are going to literally see this thing. A stampede is going to come, guys. And I think it'll come a lot faster than what a lot of people think. And when it does, most people won't be ready for it. No, they won't. You can tell just by the sentiment in the space and talking to folks and this and that. Most folks aren't even thinking about, they're just thinking, well, I just can't wait when the price is high and all that. They're not ready for it, guys. They're not psychologically prepared. It is going to catch most people by absolute surprise and it's going to blow them away. Even people that have been following this and into XRP and all that kind of stuff, it is going to shock them in such a way because if you ever go through it, and for those of you that have gone through a bull run, you can put your comments right down in there and just give people a glimpse of what it's like. You can't digest it. It is just on bang. So fast, so fast, I'll tell you what. Now, guys, I hope you've had an absolutely fabulous weekend. That is for sure. I love you so much. I love coming out here, spending this time with you. My first coffee of the week on a Monday, in the morning, and all that kind of stuff, and everything like that. And it just makes my day. I'll tell you what. And I sure hope you do have an absolutely fabulous one today. And later on, we are definitely going to have another amazing video for you. And guys, until then, take care.